Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to another episode of my vlog. About 200 kilometers from Bengaluru, which is around 3.5 hours by road, Chitradurga is popular for its rock forts. But what many people do not know is that the city is home to an extremely beautiful forest reserve too. That is a 101 square kilometer of grasslands and shrub forests. And that is where we are going. To Jogimatti. Covering the expanse through Chitradurga, Holalkere and Hiriyur taluks, the route to the contiguous forest reserve of Jogimatti is about 11 kilometers from the heart of Chitradurga town. Not all can get past the forest checkpost. You need to get permission from the forest office to get through. On entering, you can see pictures of tiger, leopard, sloth bears. Well, that is all you might see, in flesh and blood. You might consider yourself lucky if you spot one. The road to Jogimatti Forest Reserve is slightly broad and satisfactorily laid before the entrance and up to some distance inside the reserve. After which it is an asphalt road in the form of a potholed dirt track. So, it is a slow and a slightly bumpy ride. There are not many hairpin bends, but what it offers is pit stops at several places en route thanks to the great views around. It is hot in the month of June, but at 39 degrees Celsius, you do not feel much of the heat because of the wind which is always flowing through. Chitradurga, well, Jogimatti per se is known for its wind speeds. No wonder, from the time you enter the district, you will see wind turbines all across the hills. The route is picturesque even in the afternoon. One can imagine the beauty of it early in the morning, especially with the chill as the final summit is at 1,159 meters, that is 3,803 feet. At the best of times, probably in the months of December or January, it is one of the coolest places in the state. Rain in this part is minimal, but the perennial and soothing wind makes up for the experience. But the winds at times can be fiery too. Another distinct facet of the route is that you will hardly find any garbage around, not even plastic. Thanks to the efforts by the Forest Office of restricting entry. There are many jungle tracks en route, but wandering unescorted is dangerous. Sandalwood trees form the abundant flora here. And I am told that though Veerappan never entered the reserve, the locals were as good at smuggling the trees earlier. The vegetation is dry deciduous forest and scrub. For the patient and the lucky few, the best you can catch is a glimpse of the Indian deer. I understood from the forest officials that porcupines, civets, jungle cats, and wolves still roam amidst the wind turbines. For the bird watcher, who has all the patience in the world, this place could yield some good sights. The reserve was once rich in wildlife and until the 1950s it was a tiger habitat, but was threatened by encroachment from farms and wind turbines, endangering even the birds. The tigers and sloth bears are reported to have almost died out, and the medicinal plants found in the reserve are endangered. In 2016, the state government declared the Healy forests of Jogimatti as a wildlife sanctuary. Just a few meters before reaching the summit is the main highlight, 155 steps to climb, and one reaches a small temple dedicated to a local saint for whom the hill station was named. But apart from the devout, many would ignore and go looking for natural sights from such a height. You can see lakes, wind turbines, drylands, green patches, small to big boulders, and of course the wind, which is at its best here. There is also a small watchtower, if one wants to go a little higher. I am told that the reserve has a small zoo called Adumalleshwar, which the Central Zoo Authority of India renovated in 2012 to better house the animals, and an ecotourism adventure center which opened in 2010. A waterfall called Himavat Kedara has created a natural cave in which a Shiva Lingam and idols of Veerabhadra and Basavanna have been placed. The final stop is the century-old hilltop bungalow built by the British to house travelers. A plaque outside the Forest Guest House dates its construction to 1905. I am told that it was built by a Britisher named Clive Mack. Dr. Salim Ali stayed here when he visited to survey the avifauna of Chitradurga. The forest department runs 3 to 4 basic but comfortable cottages. Spending some time atop, and as we wind down the rugged route back to the hustle of the city, we just cannot stop wondering how a peaceful reserve has been flourishing amid the city of Chitradurga, how people have tried to save it in its pristine form. Of course, there are the evils too: wind turbines causing harm to fauna, undisciplined visitors spoiling the environment, rain playing truant, but you are at peace knowing that nature still holds a place on this planet. Another thought that comes to my mind while exiting the reserve is that such a pristine place should be provided access to nature-loving people. Restricted entry should be made possible if it is well understood by the visiting public that the natural environs are not to be disturbed. A green cover like Jogimatti should be seen, experienced, and cherished.